Did you know that 40% of Americans are obese and only 45% of that 40 is trying to lose weight? And out of that 45 that are trying to lose weight, 90 will gain that weight right back. Let me tell you what I did to keep mine off. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Drea, aka the hippie hottie, and I just wanted to share some tips with you guys rather on how I went from almost 280 pounds down to 210. All right. So like I said before in the intro, at my highest, I was about 200. I want to say I was like 287, almost 290. Yeah, your girl was thick. I was thinking all the right places if you ask me. But I just felt like some things needed to change. I noticed, number one thing that I noticed with the heavier I got, the worse my eczema got. And I know that my eczema personally is diet related. So the way that I was eating was definitely showing up in my skin. Another problem that I was having was that all of my clothes were literally ripping at the seams. I was busting out of all my clothes like the Incredible Hulk. And that's cute on a lot of people, but it's not cute on me, to the point where the inseams of my pants would rip apart and then they would start to become stringy. And the more my legs rubbed and chafed together, then it would just start to bleed. I knew it was time to make a change. Second, child, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't make it up the steps without being out of breath. I couldn't walk around. The laps that I just did on my lunch, I would have never been able to do that at almost 300 pounds. Okay? I couldn't do a push up, a sit up. And I'm someone who has always been active my entire life. So for me to get to that point, it then started to take a toll on my mood. I was depressed. I didn't feel like me anymore. And at the time, I was only 24. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of a 24-year-old. I'm young. I'm in the prime of my being young. I should be able to run and jump and go swimming with my friends and put on an outfit and feel cute in it and feel like I look nice and not feel like the Michelin Man. Some of the main challenges that I faced, I was a restaurant manager, so I was stressed all the time, and I was working in a fast food restaurant. So I had temptation and stress 50 hours a week. And I was falling right for it. I was falling right into it. I started smoking and that made it even worse. I was just hungry all the time. I just wanted to eat everything and that was just eating my feelings. I'm also recovering from binge eating. So I would literally just walk by, see a fry up, see a fry up. And by the end of the day, I've had 4 large baskets of fries. And now, like I said, going back to the way my diet was affecting my skin, my eczema started breaking out more. But I had eczema here before I lost weight, before I started eating better, before I just started paying just a little bit of attention. I didn't do anything drastic at all. I was maybe getting 6,000 steps in. I get more in now than I did then. Well, obviously, more then when I was actively trying to lose weight than I do now as someone who's just trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle. My goals are drastically different from when I was trying to lose weight and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So another challenge that I faced, and I still kind of face now, is I don't really have a fitness community. I don't have friends that want to go and do Pilates in the park, want to go do yoga on a Monday morning. And I do a lot of it alone, which is okay with me because I'm one of those people where I don't want to go to a class and see that everybody in the class is doing better than me. And I'm just like, hold on, y'all, hold on. So I would much rather do it myself, kind of go at my own pace and feel a little bit more accomplished. And also feel like going into my next point, I'm not comparing myself. And that was the number one thing that I had to stop doing if I wanted to lose weight and focus on my fitness journey. I felt like everybody was losing weight faster than me and it's easier for everybody else and that everybody else had more time and I can't do her fitness routine because she gets up at 5 a.m. and I don't get off work until 12 a.m. I'm supposed to go to the gym at 5. And I just had excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Once I decided that My last pair of pants that I ripped was going to be my last pair of pants that I ripped. I had to just stop with the excuses. Even now, some days I don't want to do anything, especially when I'm on my cycle. I don't want to do anything. Think I want to get up and be on the bike or on my cycle? No. But I also know that what I'm doing now will help me more in the long run. And so that's the mindset change that I had to have. Which brings me into some of the tips that I have. Walking is free, it's fun, and I love to do it. I will get up and walk, put a headphone in. There's not two headphones, we're ladies out here, and this is still America. Put one headphone in, keep your head on that swivel. I have a little fitness app. Sorry, y'all. Flies. It's cold outside and they're trying to get in here. But get your little fitness app that you like. I have one that tells me every half mile my progress. And I'll just find me a little park and just walk around in circles. Just walk. For me personally, if I can get a good 2 to 3 miles in a day, then I can definitely say that it not only helped me lose weight, but it has been helpful now with keeping the weight off for one, and just my overall mood. I just feel a lot better, and I feel more confident since I lost weight, one, but I feel free and refreshed after I've gone and walked around for a little bit. Like I get up in the morning, I have to be at work at 10:30. I wake up around 8, get out, go for a walk, little 30-minute Pilates, come back, and I'm golden. And honestly, 30 minutes of walking is already a mile and a half, mile and a quarter. It really depends, but it's not hard to get a mile in just 30 minutes. So if you attack it with that mindset, it's so much easier. You can give yourself 30 minutes and then another 30 for, a little weight training. And weight training, I know this sounds scary, but I'm not saying go lift weights. If you want to, go ahead. Cool. But I'm telling you, that ain't what I did. Okay? And I'm not going to tell you that I did something I didn't do, because I want you to, understand and realize that I have real results. Like, no, I didn't do this in a month, 2 months, 3 months. It took me 6 months to lose the weight. And it's still an active process to keep it off. It's not just losing the weight. It is an entire lifestyle change. You have to look at everything differently, your food differently, the way you exercise, what you drink, all of those things. It's a collective of things that will help you not only lose the weight, but keep it off. Remember, we don't want to be in that 90. We're going to be in that 10% that keeps it off. Don't go overboard. Do not go overboard. I'll put it like this. I was able to lose weight, and I was on a calorie meal plan. And that wasn't just, oh, well, this day I'm only going to eat this. No. If I want Wendy's, I'm going to Wendy's. And I'm going to have to get me a little meal from Wendy's that is 500 calories instead. I'm not going to be able to go get a double baconator. As good as that sounds right now, it's just not things that I know will be conducive to my goals. Now, can you have that once a month? Sure, why not? Also, this brings me right into another point that I wanted to talk about. Do not completely eradicate things that you love, because then you'll just start stress eating and you'll go right back to binging, and then that's how you get in that 90. Remember, we don't want to be in that 90. We can do it. We don't have to stay in that 90. We can lose the weight and we can keep it off in 2026, 7, 8, 9, 30. We can just keep going. You know what I'm saying? We can make little decisions that make big changes. Another thing that I have to do, cook. I know I just said that if I want Wendy's, I'm going to Wendy's, and I am. And I mean that. But being realistic, I do cook probably 5 days a week, honestly. And if I don't cook 5 days a week, that's because I made a big meal one day and it's stretching. One day of the week. But for me personally, I don't like leftovers. So I try to make things that are interchangeable and store it separately. So that way I don't have to eat the same meal over and over and over. I do not meal prep either. So if you're looking for a meal prepper, somebody to tell you, all right, on Sundays, we're going to blah, 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 blah. No, I do something a little bit different. I do section out what I'm going to make my meals for the week, what I'm going to cook, just because I do work from home. So it's really nothing for me to go throw something in the crock pot and sit back down at the computer, you know? So again, my situation is a little bit different, but nonetheless, it is really more so about making sure that you're not eating a bunch of empty calories, like chips, candies, alcohol. Trying to think what else would be empty calorie. That's all I can think of off the top of my head at this very moment. But, do more nutrient dense foods. Like for me, I ate a lot of eggs. A lot of eggs, a lot of beans, good bit of rice. I love potatoes. Love it. But, those things that are fillers, but again, back to what I was saying before, we want to make sure we're doing everything in moderation. So you can still have, I can't say everything that you like, because some things are just not good. Some you will definitely see on my Why TikTok is Keeping You Fat video. Some of that stuff, no, the candied Doritos, no, we shouldn't even had those in 2024, let alone leave them in 2024. But I digress. You can still eat a lot of the things that you like. You just have to do it in moderation. Remember, it is a complete lifestyle change. It's not just losing the weight. That's how you stay in at 90. Oh, the thing I did that's really helping me keep the weight off, social media. I have tweaked my algorithm specifically for YouTube. I don't use anything else. I might get back on everything else just because I am starting to try to create a platform. But other than that, I don't use it because all the filters and all this AI stuff, you can really look however you want to look in a picture online and even in a video. Like luckily, this is me. This is real. I haven't gotten to that level of editing yet. But, you can't trust everything that you see online. And a lot of, especially with the plastic surgery culture, you can't even trust that what you see is something that somebody worked hard for and built instead of just bought. So not knocking people who decide that they want to buy your bodies, but I'm going to build mine. So I also, with the YouTube that I do use, or even I'm on Reddit, with the Reddit subreddits that I visit, it's things that align more with the lifestyle that I want. So I do follow a little bit more fitness pages, a little bit creative foods and things like that. Just things that I know will help put positive thoughts into my mind or motivate me instead of what I was dealing with before, where just everything felt disparaging and it didn't feel like what I was doing was conducive to the goals that I had in mind. So therefore it's counterproductive. And if I really want the things out of life that I say that I want out of life, I have to engulf myself in it. The spiritual call it manifesting, the religious call it prayer. But I know that took and still takes something within me, my willpower, my inner motivation to be able to accomplish these goals. And I know that I'm a person where if I'm around too much negativity, it will definitely start to take a toll on me. So I will highly recommend kind of restructuring the content that you consume. It'll make a difference. It'll make such a difference. Okay, so main takeaways, if you take nothing else away from this video, the things that I want you to keep as the most important is that it's an entire lifestyle change. Okay? I get up every morning, except I do take two days a week to not, but I get up every morning and go for a walk and do some form of Pilates, yoga, well, even if it's a little stretching, something, because it'll wake me up, it'll activate me, and I'm ready for the day. Even my boyfriend knows. He's like, oh, well, I'll talk to you in a little bit because I know you gotta get your morning started. And I'm just like, yes, let me just get up. It's my coffee, if you will. And changing my overall relationship with food. I have been on both ends of the spectrum. I was a binge eater, and then to fix my binge eating, I then went to straight bulimia. And so to come back out of bulimia, right back into binging, and now I'm like, okay, we have to stop looking at food as the enemy and as our friend. It can be our friends, absolutely. Fruits, vegetables, and nice lean meats, great for our body. But I also had to not excessively calorie count. And that's going to be my main thing that I want to preach to anybody else out there trying to lose weight. Do not starve yourself, please. It's not worth it. And like I said before, it's not going to work in the long run. It's just going to send you right back to binge eating. I've been there, done that, and baby, I'm only 27. My body can't take me up and down. I'm done being up and down and up and down. So like I said before, lifestyle change and our relationship with food. The way we look at food, the way we think about food. If you have a craving, learn how to make it. And if you're one of those people who can't make something and not eat the whole thing at the same time, invite people over. Give it away. Something. I've had to do that so many times in my life just because I grew up in a house of 6, so it's really hard for me to cook for just one. Even with me and my boyfriend, it's hard for me to cook for just 2. So you have to know yourself and you have to get creative with the things that you do to trick your brain and to trick yourself into not falling for these cravings, not overindulging into these cravings, I should say. Alrighty, guys. So that's about it. I just want to make sure that I leave you guys with a few things. Remember, it's an entire lifestyle change. You can't just pick things that you feel like are going to help you lose weight fast and really get you going. They have to be fun. That's why I get up and do Pilates. That's why I get up and go walking. I love Pilates. And I cannot wait till I buy me a reformer. Baby, I'm a little reformer. We want to make sure that we have a better relationship with food. Food is not our enemy, and food can be our friend, but it also does not need to be our crutch. Don't compare yourself to others. Your weight loss journey and your fitness journey is just that. How Becky lost her 40 pounds might not be how you lost 40. How I lose my 70 might not be how you lost your 70 or how you lose your 70 or how you lose your 100. But I do want to make sure that you know that you can do this. So join me on my new fitness journey of building a little bit more muscle and just feeling overall more confident and a little bit more energized. Thank y'all and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.